you're here. So yeah, think we have a few people that've joined, and hopefully some more join. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, but Sade, it's a pleasure to have you on here. As I like to say, from London to LA, we were
Hey.
able to connect across the pond, and yes, obviously over your viral video, which is still buzzing. I was looking at the views yesterday, it's still climbing, and obviously the good girl is dead sparked a lot of reactions, positive and negative, and all sorts of things. And like I mentioned, I jumped on a live where you were being bashed, and couldn't even jump on to contribute. And I just felt it's important that we have this conversation. So I'm just setting the context because maybe others are not aware of our conversation previously. But yeah, I think before we start, like Sade, who's Sade beyond the the viral clip?
I am a woman of many trades. I have a lot of different things that I have attached to myself. I'm a mom. I'm a singer, songwriter, rapper, performer, composer, queen.
Yes.
Trying to work my way up to empress. You know what I mean? And I'm just an all out fun girl that just loves to laugh and have a good time and make other people feel great about themselves. Like, you know, growing up, you try to find yourself, you try to find like your way, and you try to find things that you find your identity in. And so like music has always been my identity,
Yeah.
even through my changes. When I made that video, a lot of things are going to change about me, but there are a lot of things that are also going to stay the same and never change.
Yeah.
And I, as this avatar, get to choose which parts of me die and which parts of me live.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like, the identity that I've created over time with all of, the Jill of all trades, if you would, I've developed different personalities, I guess, not in a crazy way, but I'm able to code switch, if you would.
Yeah.
I get real hood or I get real corporate.
Yeah.
And so I decided I'm going to use that as my superpower.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's who I am. I'm just, a LA girl just out here just surviving and trying to make it and being real about the process of what that looks like.
Yeah.
For a lot of us, not just me.
Yes. Yes, 100%. And just to give some context about me as well to those that are listening, like my name is Tina, my brand is Tina Talks, and I've been speaking about identity for women and empowering women to find their purpose beyond, the ideal script of marriage, motherhood, and milestones. And definitely that was how we connected because I got to the end of the road and saw that, the things that I was promised and the way I had lived my life didn't lead to those outcomes. And I think a lot of women, if they're not there yet, they'll probably be there in a matter of time. And some of them will keep silent because it's taboo, it's controversial. How dare you, challenge the norm? So I think even before we go like even further, I just wanted to ask like, what values shaped you? Because a good girl came from somewhere, right? There were some values or some mindset that, you were programmed into that you're now questioning or you've questioned actually at this stage. So it'd be good to know what those were.
I think probably around 37. When I turned 37, my daughter was already born. And my son, I think I was pregnant with my son. And I remember having this moment. You have these moments of clarity when you have children.
Yeah.
It is the weirdest feeling that you will ever feel, and it's indescribable. But your instincts, your intuition, all of these things that you are naturally equipped with, they activate.
Yeah.
And sometimes all at the same time, sometimes one at a time. And I felt this like rush of like, yo, I'm looking around and I'm like, I think I'm awake now. Like it was weird.
Yeah.
not to say that I was fully, because I was making decisions and I was living life and I was doing the thing and got married, had kids. I was awake, but I wasn't fully awake. And so at 37, I was just like, I think I need to reevaluate who I am.
Yeah.
And at 39 this year, my son is turning, my daughter's turning 6, and I swear, I was just like, I don't know if I want another 20 years of this. You know, you hit 40 and you really start evaluating yourself.
Yeah.
And if you're not real with yourself, and if you're not really like accountable, like for real, because a lot of people like to throw that word around, accountability. Everybody needs to take accountability. And here I am taking accountability, and guess what? Motherfuckers is talking about me in the comments. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, I had to make that decision. What do I want my life to look like for the next 40 years?
Yeah.
And if I want to make those changes, I need to make them now.
Yeah.
You know, so that moment of clarity, also being in a situation where I was married as well. I say was, I'm in the process of actually getting a divorce. That's a different story. But seeing all of these things in my life that I've built based on the mindset that I had.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate, but once my mindset changed, I started looking at my situation differently. Not differently. I saw it for what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw it for what it was, not for what I was trying to create it to be.
Yeah.
And that was where my accountability came in, because I made those choices to curate my life instead of living it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, you know, you start picking your life apart and you just say, what needs to go? And that moment I had, you know, when I pressed record and I started talking, and Spirit just led me to say what I said.
Yeah.
Because it was true.
Yes.
You know, not to say that I regret my life. I don't regret anything, but I do feel grief for the life that I possibly could have lived had I been able to hold myself accountable earlier in life and make the changes earlier in life instead of waking up now. And that's why a lot of people in the comments was like, well, shit, you wait until you 40 to change. And it's like, you can change at any point in your life. There is no time.
Yeah.
You don't get to tell me when I want to change. I got women 50, 60 years old in my comments saying that they had that awakening. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Yeah.
The age don't matter. It's the consciousness. Consciousness chooses when it hits you.
Yeah.
It can hit you at 21. I got people in my comments saying it was 18, 19 when they had that awakening. Everybody's timeline is different. So mine was at 39, almost 40. So, you know, I ain't ashamed of that.
No, you shouldn't be, of course. I was also going to say that there was a post I made around, I had seen women, because you talked about music being your identity. And from an African background, I'm originally from Nigeria, where the natural progression once you're done with university is to get married and have kids. And there's a happily ever after promised at the end of it. And I aspired to that life. And, you know, no one was sharing really the difficulties. Yes, now there's social media, but still there's a lot of hush, you know, unspoken rules that you keep quiet. Yes. And make everyone feel like this is the dream and they aspire. I think there was someone one time that said, I wish everyone could make money and realize that money isn't the answer. I think I was in that similar situation but the thing is, if you tell women right now that, oh, maybe this is not the full picture, this is not going to fulfill you as much as you think it would, they will question, oh, but you're married, but you had kids. Why? It's like you're trying to prevent them. But I've seen women across the spectrum, women who aspire to these things that feel empty, women who have achieved some of them that feel empty, and those who have all of them and still feel empty. And that's when I had my moment of awakening that what is the missing piece? Like, it has to be, you know, like somehow you should have found what you were looking for. And it seems like people haven't nailed it or are even too scared to find it.
Yes. not too scared to find it. They're too scared to admit that they haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
And they've been pretending in front of other people that they did.
Yeah.
And so when you get awakening, a lot of women internalize and they say, I don't want to open that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and they go through the motions every single day, and deep on the inside, they're like, I really want to make a change, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
How do I make a change without truly admitting to myself that some of the choices that I made were not my choice?
Yeah. Yeah.
They were choices that were made for me because of the good girl syndrome. All of these different expectations, these societal expectations that are placed on us. We like to think that we had our own minds and we had our own decisions, but society had a lot of influence.
Yes.
A lot of it. And a lot of people, they're so gung-ho, especially in the comments, like, you make your own decisions. You did it to yourself. Yes, that's the point. That's what I was trying to say. After a while, becomes self-inflicted because you are internalizing all of the bullshit that's coming every which way from TV, from parents, grandparents, everything. It surrounds you.
Yeah.
And it holds you up until the point to where you collapse.
Yeah.
You just collapse under the weight of it all.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of women don't want to admit it. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
And Charlie, you're right. Like, I tell people all the time that we live inside of systems, the same way we have digital systems, we have systems from church, we have systems from families, systems from society that you don't even know you're living inside. Like you said, you just feel you're making the natural decision. This is what's right. But is it really when you look under the hood? And I think sometimes when you say marriage, motherhood, milestones, all of these things that we try to make out to be purpose isn't the main thing. People start to feel, then what else could there be, especially as a woman? Like, what else could you aspire to? What else could you find? And this is not about, because even leading to the point on the live that I joined where people were saying, do you think your relationship with God was transactional? Do you want to now go and sleep with every man? And you can have unwanted pregnancies and catch some diseases? And I was like, wait, I think we're losing the point. Sade is right. Yes.
A little bit. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was cracking up when I read those comments because it was just like, you guys are projecting onto me because I didn't say anything about, I did. I mentioned it in the beginning, but they were examples. It wasn't like I wanted those things. Those were the things that were literally hammered into our brains as little girls. When you remember when you turned 13, 14, your boobs started growing, you started getting hips, and your mama looking at you, your daddy looking at you, like telling you, hey, don't be out there. Don't be out there doing what you do.
Yeah.
That's the first thing they tell you not to do. And I'm tired of everybody acting like they didn't understand what I said. Yeah. Those are the things they immediately, that's the first part of the programming for young girls. No sex, no parties, no drugs, no drinking, none of that shit. After that, it kind of just morphs into something else. Mm-hmm. So that's what I meant when I said that. So like these systems that we've created, we program little girls, we have like a starter package. Call it the starter pack. Like no sex, drugs, drinking, smoking, none of that. Yeah. That's it. And then you it's very slow. It's a progression of things that they program you to be as a little girl. Yeah. And then you start to see, after a while, you get rewarded for following those rules.
Yeah.
Like you, they like being around you. The adults approve of you. Mm-hmm. That's the main thing. The adults approve of you. They smile at you. Everybody that's in this comments knows one girl that you grew up with or you knew, and everybody thought that she was fast and everybody thought that she was doing all these things. How do you think that they looked at her? How do you think they treated her? Right? So you looked at that as an example, like, I don't want them looking at me like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a good girl. I'm not gonna do none of that stuff. And then you go from the good girl to the pick-me pipeline. Mm-hmm. So it just keeps morphing until you stop it.
Yeah.
It starts at adolescence, and then the system takes its roots, and then you grow up in that.
Yeah.
And that's what it becomes. And it becomes different things for everybody. Everybody's, family structure and the things that they do is different.
Yeah.
But at the same time, most women are programmed the same at a young age.
Yes. And
just like men are programmed the same at a young age.
Yeah. Because I know people also said, like, it's your reward. Like, okay, first of all, they said, are you trying to be transactional with God? Like, why are you saying these things as though God owes you? And I saw some people saying, you would get your reward in heaven. Yes.
Oh, listen, I'm sorry. Because I'm trying to hold back, Tina. I am. Because I got a lot to say.
Please
and I don't mean to cut you off. But let me say this. When it comes to the comment about being transactional with God, God made commandments, correct?
Yeah.
You follow those commandments, you get to heaven. That is the transaction.
Yeah.
And everybody is talking about me, talking about I wanted things out of life that God didn't give me and I feel entitled to. God in itself, the structure of church and all of these things, this religion, it is transactional. You do things in your life that are good.
Yeah.
And then in the end, there's your reward.
Yeah.
Is that not a transaction? We all want something out of life.
Yeah.
All of us do. And then we get out. But then some of us put in and then put in and then put in, and then the end result on the other side of the equal sign, hold on, this ain't adding up. This don't look right. I done put in all this work. And the other side of the equation sign is looking a little light. You know what I'm saying? It absolutely is a transaction.
Yeah.
I guess I'll be the first to admit it. Yeah. Life is transactional.
Yeah, like even some of the principles, right? You sow and you reap. Yeah. There are things that you do because you're hoping for the good outcome. And I think that's something that I think is important for us to create that balanced narrative here, because that good people can do good things all their lives and end up with terrible results. And I've seen people that do terrible things their whole life and end up with very good results. So, when you're programming a girl that if she does all of these things, that she would get this result and it doesn't come, there's a lot of women that end up in depression, suicidal, all sorts of things. There's some that are married, they have the kids, and maybe they even live in regret, but you can't speak it. You can speak up, right? This is, the life you've chosen. This is the life you've worked so hard for. What are you supposed to do now? Like, you just have to, it's a sunk cost fallacy, right? You just have to carry on. And yeah.
And they don't allow you to speak it. It's like an unspeakable truth.
Yes.
That women have to carry around.
Yeah.
And, looking at the reactions to what I said, it really let me know how much people truly don't understand the weight that women carry in this world.
Yeah.
And not just Black women. I'm talking about women all over the world. We are all carrying that same weight.
Yeah.
And we can't put it down because when we put it down, we get punished for it.
Yes.
When you say, I'm putting this down, they're looking at you like, what you mean you putting it down? You're supposed to carry that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to carry that. You're a woman, right? That's what they put on you. So you carry the shame.
Yeah.
You carry the guilt. You carry all of this bullshit that everybody just keeps tossing on you. I'm going to give you an example. I used to drive Lyft, right?
Yeah.
And I picked up all kinds of people from all over the world, young, old, middle-aged, whatever. And one night I picked up this young girl. She was, I think, 17. And we started talking and she kind of opened up to me, which people like to do.
Yes.
I'm like a therapist as a Lyft driver, She started opening up to me and she started crying about how her mom basically made her the secondary mother at 17.
Yeah.
Cooking, the cleaning, the changing of the diapers, all of these things. And all she wants to do is go to school. That's all she kept saying. All I want to do is go to school and live my life, but I can't. I feel trapped because I got to help my mom. Right. And I told her, I said, baby girl, at some point, if you really want that, you're going to have to tell your mom no. Right?
Yeah.
The look in her eye when she gave me that, when I told her that, she was fearful of saying no.
Yeah.
She would rather cage in her life than to disappoint her mother.
Yeah.
Knowing that her mama was dead ass wrong. You the one had all these kids. You got your 17-year-old being a mama. She didn't have these kids. You did.
Yeah.
But you guilting your daughter because your daughter don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I had to console her because she was sobbing at the end of the conversation, you know, and I'm giving her tissue and I'm telling her like, it's going to be okay. Like, but at some point you're going to have to set some boundaries. And it's really hard when you live with the person that is violating your boundaries.
Yes.
So I'm looking at this young girl and I'm looking at her and I said, 10 years from now, I told her, I said, 10 years from now, I don't want you to look back at your life and feel like you've lost time.
Yeah.
Because somebody else has put their life or their expectations on you.
Yes.
You know, and I felt so bad for her because how many girls live that life?
Yeah.
Didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
I felt bad for her. And it was like, man, it broke my heart because it kind of reflected me a little bit. You know, especially as the eldest daughter. And that's another conversation that a lot of the women in the comment section were talking about, being the eldest daughter.
Yeah.
That comes with a separate weight, too.
Yes.
Being a parentified daughter.
Yeah.
That comes with its own set of problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And the eldest daughter, most likely, is the good girl.
Yes.
Don't get in no trouble. Make good grades. You know, don't be out here partying and drinking, smoking, having sex, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You follow all those rules.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to disappoint.
Yeah.
What do you gain from that? Other than obedience to your parents, you know?
Yeah.
I guess. I'm not encouraging disobedience to parents. Not encouraging.
Yes. But yeah,
I am encouraging.
Yeah, sorry, finish, yeah.
Sorry. I'm not encouraging disobedience, but I am encouraging just a little bit of boundary holding.
Yes.
Sometimes parents will run you over with their expectation.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of teenage girls feel that pressure.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because I was going to say boundaries or obedience, doesn't mean like you have to be self-erased. You do not have to erase yourself. You can honor God, respect your parents, and still honor yourself. And I think that duality is something that women struggle to accept. It's either one extreme or the other extreme. And that's why they came for you, because it's, oh, now she's not a good girl. She wants to go drinking, smoking, having sex, partying, all of these things. And then what would that give you? Another transaction, by the way. What would that give you?
You hit the nail on the head, because I swear, like, I just made a comment today. This girl was like, well, you know, she didn't call me a 304, but she said, you know, you want to go out and be a 304. And I said, I never said I wanted to be a 304.
Yeah.
Never said that.
Yeah.
Where did I say that? You know, I got a lot of those comments, especially from the men.
Yeah. Yeah.
The men. Child. My mind was blown.
Yeah.
My mind was blown. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how polarizing that conversation was.
Yeah.
I didn't know people felt strongly about it.
Yeah.
I was just talking, you know, and people were like, I'm like, whoa. And I just filled my muffin cap back blue, man. I was just, whoa. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked at the polarization of the conversation. But it was good, though.
Yeah.
It's a good conversation to have.
Yeah. And Shadi, you know, when we spoke, we talked about, you know, changing the narrative and shaking up the tables, and even what would Jesus do? Because when I started, a lot of people came for me and they thought, oh, maybe because life didn't work out for her in the way she expected, so she's now this angry person. And I was trying to say no, because I am seeing women that are dying with purpose, like they never touched it. untapped
Yes.
purpose, untapped potential, no sense of self, sense of worth, sense of clarity. They're kind of just zombieing through life. And I'm trying to call them back to who you are, because that's all that will matter in the end. I know people that I was sick for a long time and I was in hospital quite a lot. And I saw a lot of old people, a lot of them living in regret, a lot of them saying, you know what, live your life. I wish I had the opportunity now. I'm too old. I'm too sick. I'm too this. All of these things don't matter. I never gave time for me. I never gave time to discover my gifting and my purpose. I was here to serve, to obey, to, do all these things. And now they're on their deathbed with full of grief, full of regret, full of anger, but towards who now? Like, even maybe the culprits are no longer alive. So, I was talking about this awakening, like shaking things up. And I know you had a lot to say, like even from your experience.
When we spoke about shaking the table, when I talked about shaking the table, I had brought up the biblical story about how Jesus walked into the temple.
Yeah.
And he saw people selling doves and making money in the church, which still happens today. Drewski just made a whole about that. Hilarious. People are making money off the people of God.
Yeah.
And guess what Jesus did?
Yeah.
Jesus said, oh no.
Yeah.
What y'all doing in here? Righteous rage.
Yeah.
Righteous anger. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Hold up. And guess what Jesus did? He flipped the table over.
Yeah.
He flipped the table. He literally lifted it off the ground and flipped it over. Everybody's stuff went everywhere.
Yeah.
And they was shook. Because Jesus is supposed to be this docile person, right? Jesus is supposed to be this meek and mild, which he is.
Mm-hmm.
But we also got to see his duality.
Yeah.
I will flip this table over.
Yeah.
If you do things that are not right. That is what's in my heart. Yeah. Not me wanting to go out and be a hoe or drink or smoke or none of that. Yeah. Righteous anger at what I believe, what I'm seeing, and what I'm living. I'm living it, and I'm seeing other women live it, and seeing yourself as a reflection in other sisters, that will wake you up too.
Yeah.
And I didn't like what I saw when I looked around and I saw so many of us women, and I'm going to say Black women because that's the experience that I'm living. We are all living in this oppressive society where we have so much potential and so much to give the world. Yeah. And a lot of us are suffering. Yeah. I got friends right now with autoimmune diseases, ulcers, seizures. Wow. Because of all of that inside, that we're forced to stuff down and be quiet, do your duty, and don't complain about it. Yeah. Get sick. You get tired, you get worn down, you get depressed, you got anxiety. You know what I'm saying? And if you are predisposed, you might end up with schizophrenia or some other type of mental disease. You know what I'm saying? So like that righteous anger that Jesus had when he turned the tables over, that's what I felt in that moment. That's what brought about the tears. Yeah. That's what made me cry. Because it's just like, yo, I'm looking around at the women in my family, my friends. We all got some suffering going on. Hell yeah, I'm mad about it. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. You should be mad too. Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. I'm mad about it. You should be mad too. Yeah. And so it also speaks to the demonstration that Jesus gave, because Jesus could have came in there and would have been, could have been all holy and gave them a parable. Yeah. Or gave them for the poetry, my good brothers in Christ, No. He came up in there straight gangster, flipped them tables over, and dared them to say something. How dare you come in my father's house and do this? Yeah. Yeah. That's my duality. Yeah. No. Not the hoe. Yeah. Yeah. I'm flipping tables. That's what I'm finna do. Yeah. So anybody want to join in and flipping the tables? Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like, yo, like the way things are happening in the world, everybody should be mad. But we don't have time to be mad.
No. No.
We ain't got time. We got things to do. Kids to raise, bills to pay, jobs to go to.
Yeah.
You know? Anybody got time to be mad. So we just stuff it down.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I meant when I said the rage. That's what you're left with. You're left with that rage.
Yeah.
You got to sit in it.
Yeah.
And a lot of women got to channel that rage.
Yeah.
And that grief.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to learn how to do.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And
live this life and I'm going to suffer. I'm going to learn how to channel it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
Yeah. You know, and something you said right around grief, because like I wrote a book called 5 Good Years, which looks at, you know, the journey of women between 30 and 35, where a lot of these pressures like climax, you have to have your kids now, you have to have the partner, you have to have a career direction and all of these things. And I created a 5G framework on the back of that I use to coach women. And the first stage is ground. And the second phase is grief. And a lot of people tell me, you know, what do you mean by grieving? Like, why, like, how do you grieve? How does a woman grieve herself, you know, and all of these things? And I start with ground because I don't want you grieving in the wrong way, because that's what people think you're doing. But you're grounded first before you're grieving, and you're grieving in a healthy way. And the challenge is, as you said, life doesn't stop for you. It's go, go, go. So at the end of the day, that grief, if it's not dealt with or, you know, channel properly, it turns to rage. It turns to all sorts of negative things. And then when women try to grieve that, yes, maybe I did everything the way you wanted me to do, or maybe by societal standard or the church's standard, I have the perfect life, but underneath the hood, I am unfulfilled. This does not make sense. There is no purpose here. But how do I express that? And when someone dies, like there is a ceremony, there is something in front of you that you can actually grieve. But then when you're grieving the version of you that you thought you would be or you would have once you've had all these things in place, then how do you do that? How do people give you even the room to do that?
Right. And that's the problem. Nobody gives you the room. Nobody gives you the space.
Yeah.
That's why so many people had a problem with what I said, because we've never been able to give anybody the space to grieve themselves.
Yeah.
Because people associate grief with actual physical death.
Yeah.
That's the only time you talk about grief, is when somebody actually physically dies.
Yeah.
Nobody ever gets to talk about the grief of life.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to move on and move forward. Yeah. And everybody has to do it. So there's no empathy.
Yeah.
Quit your whining. We all out here trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stop all that crying. Like I had a few people in the comment section saying, like, you did this shit to yourself. Like, why you mad? Why you mad? And it's like, that's the point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
The grief is coming from not only my choices that I had to make because of all of the things that structurally were around me at the time.
Yeah.
Doing the best you can with what you have.
Yeah.
And then looking back at it and be like, damn, I could have had more.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have just stepped out of that fear of disappointing people. You know, that's the grief that I feel. And once I was able to hold that space for myself, I said, fuck it, I'm going to hold this for me. And I filmed it because I said, you know what? I'm going to share it. I want y'all to see me holding space for myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm not allowed to do that in real life.
Yeah.
I have to move forward. And when I say real life, before I got on this live, I had to bathe my children. I had to lotion them down. I had to make their little sleeping little pallet. I had to do all of these things for them. Right? There's no space for me in that.
Yeah.
There's no space for, I'm taking care of them.
Yeah.
So when I finally get a piece for myself, sometimes there is grief attached because I'm like, oh my God, not grief for my children, but finally being able to sit in myself. A lot of us don't have time to sit in ourselves. We don't want to. We got so many distractions. We got social media. We got going out. Everybody going out, having a drink at the bar. We're pacifying ourselves with whatever distractions that we could find so that we don't sit in that grief.
Because it's
and I pick myself up.
Yes.
And I let you see my grief because I'm not afraid to admit that.
Yeah.
And I want people to see you can grieve yourself while you're alive.
Yes.
You don't have to be cold and in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be. And you don't have to be young. You don't have to be old. You can grieve. It's okay.
Yeah.
People are going to talk shit anyway.
Yeah.
People are making videos about me that I don't even know about. You was telling me about a live that you joined.
Yeah.
They was talking about me, but nobody invited me up.
Yeah.
Did nobody come find me? Come find me.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
You didn't give me a chance to even talk about what we're talking about now.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't want to give me that space. That's what I'm talking about. People don't want to give you that space because it makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah. And like I mentioned to you the other day that they were more concerned about preserving the teachings from the church than anything else. Because if they gave you space, don't come over here and corrupt these young women or these young girls with your bad girl lifestyle. Yes. And that was why they were also coming for you. So it's interesting that they never got to see the heart and the real words that you were trying to say.
Yes. I skipped out on a lot of words.
Yeah. Yeah.
I picked the words that I felt would get the message across faster.
Mm-hmm.
Because while I could include details about me, about my life, about the context of why I did what I did, that wasn't important. What was important was what I said. And I said what I said. Yeah. And I ain't taking it. So a lot of people were like, well, I need context. Context. I don't understand. Where's all this coming from? You don't understand because it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
It was not for you. And I'm saying that respectfully. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to be mean. Yeah. It was not for you. Yeah. Those who were on that frequency heard what I said.
Yes.
And that right there, grief that I had in that moment, it was released. And for some reason, I feel like I transmuted that grief and I was able to be like a tuning fork for those other women. To be like, hold on. I felt that too.
Yeah.
And we became united in that comment section because we all were on that same frequency. Yeah. And I wasn't trying to other the other people, but if it wasn't for you, it wasn't for you. There's another message for you somewhere else. Yeah. There's tons of people every single day on this app talking about different things. You can identify with those. This right here, this is sacred for me. Yeah. And for the other women who agree, not only agree, because I think people wanted me to I don't know. I think they wanted for me to come on here and have a pity party and want people to agree with me. That's not what happened.
Yeah.
I didn't care if you agreed or not.
Yeah.
The truth is the truth. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at live. Let me pause real quick. I'm really bad at live. So if you guys are talking in the comments, I'm going to try my best to talk back to you. There is one person that I'm reading. Who is this? Bro. Hey, I'm Tina. Yeah. I'm letting you know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of vulgar. Let me know now. If I'm not allowed to really cuss.
Yeah, let's keep it a bit
minimum. Okay.
Yes,
I got you. Some people they try to come on here and rage bait, and I'm looking at the comments don't start. Don't start me up. I snap off quick. But anyways, Eunice, Lord Jesus. Unisambangura 20. I'm sorry if I butchered that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us. For those of you watching, please make sure that you like the live, share the live, invite other people in if you're enjoying the conversation that we're having right now. Invite other people to come in and join us. Listen to the conversation. I really want us to be united in this conversation. So make sure you guys share.
Yeah.
I've already shared it once. I can't share it again. Dang. Never mind. I already shared it once. I did my due diligence.
Yes.
So.
And thank you for that. I should actually have done that. I just got zoned into, hearing from you, and getting to share your story. So yes, we acknowledge everyone. Some of them are from the UK, some are from Canada, America. I recognize some of the names. So thank you all for being here. It's amazing to have you. Yeah, and I was actually going to say something about alignment, right, with who we're called to be, because a lot of women would ask me, you're saying it's not this, then what is it? What is purpose? What is this place you're trying to get me to? And I tell them I'm on a journey. What I know is I would need to be in a place where I'm in perfect alignment with who I am, who God called me to be, what I'm supposed to do in this world, outside of what everyone else is saying that we need to do. And like I said as well, that even if I don't have children naturally, my hopes and joy would be that if I can impact the moms, then those moms can also impact their children, so that this cycle or this pattern of behavior can stop. Because I'm really good now at noticing patterns. And as you may not always see it, but if you look closely, and that's when you give yourself enough time to stand still, as uncomfortable as that is, to listen, to get the clarity that you need, you would see patterns of behavior. And it's only going to get worse, if we don't fix it now.
Yep. It's really hard to get out of your own ways when you hit a certain age.
Yeah.
And recognition is part of the awakening, because once you start trusting yourself, that's another part, because a lot of us don't see pattern recognition because we don't trust what we see.
Yeah.
We trust what we hear, what someone tells us, but we don't trust what we see. And so once you start noticing patterns and you start noticing, okay, I think I know how this is in because I've seen the pattern multiple.
Yeah.
You got to have a certain level of trust in yourself to be able to make a decision and the pattern's not even done yet. You got to be able to be in the middle of the pattern and stop it dead in its tracks and be like, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have been going to finish.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop it right here and I'm going to move on. And that's the part where we get we get stuck in the middle of the pattern, acting like we don't know what comes next. You absolutely know what's coming next because we've been here before.
Yeah.
We've seen this before. Trust yourself. Trust that you know what's going to come next. And I love that you said that. I absolutely love that you said that, because that's a big part of the good girl is dead.
Yeah.
Because there's enough of us out there who have lived it and we're watching each other.
Yeah.
And seeing how the pattern is going. And that's why I pump my brakes like, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and pivot this way because I already know how this is going to end.
Well, it takes a lot of courage. And I think that's what because women don't, not that they don't have, but maybe it's a bit of a fear to step outside of the norm. Like if you saw a woman today that said, you know what, I just want to sing. Like, that's all I want to do for the rest of my life. All of these other things that you want to impose on me, I don't want it. It's going to be a challenge. I had a conversation with a guy the other day and he said, I don't want to get married, but every girl I meet just wants to get married. Is there something wrong with me? And I told him, absolutely not. Because if your inner self is saying, this isn't for you, marriage isn't for you, why do you have to follow the script because you're of a certain age? What do you hope to get out of that? Is it about you, or is it about creating the picture of this perfect, life, like the family portrait? I have a boy, I have a girl, look at me, look at my wife, look at this, I've arrived. is that really what it's about? And is that what will matter in the end? Because I listened to a very interesting story about this lady. I was looking at what do people really want? And one thing that is really important to people is actually feeling important and feeling valued. And there was a woman that actually went insane just to feel important because she was in a bad marriage. She wasn't fulfilled with her kids and she was insane. And when the doctors asked, like, do you want to like treat her so she can come back to sanity? And the doctor said, no, I would rather she be insane, because every morning she wakes up, she says, oh, I had a baby today. Oh, you know what? I did this today. I did that today. The things that were genuinely true to her. But she had to become insane to have the courage to go after her true self.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a word. Because I tell you what, I've been in the music industry now for probably a good solid 25 years. I've been pursuing music for a very long time. And I've met a lot of artists.
Yeah.
Great artists, great singers, great drummers, great guitarists. And a lot of them are a little off. By society standards, they're off. Yeah. They're a little bit off. Yeah. And at first I was just like, man, these people are crazy. But then as I got older, I'm like, well, they're living in their truth.
Yeah.
They're great musicians. They're channeled in. They're locked into their talents. Maybe you gotta be just a little crazy.
Maybe.
Because it's working.
But even Solomon went crazy, right? He said he tried sanity and then he tried insanity because, and he found emptiness on both ends.
Because, I think maybe he went a little too extreme.
Yeah, maybe.
I said a little bit. You gotta be a little crazy. It's gotta be the right amount. It's kind of like when you start learning how to cook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how much salt you need to add. You know how much pepper you need to add. You add too much salt, it's going to be too salty. So you learn over time. After a while, you don't even need the recipe no more. Yes. You know exactly how much salt to add, a little pinch. Mm-hmm. That's life. Yeah. You cook it. Yeah. You cook in your life. Yeah. And you start picking up different ingredients and you're figuring out what works, what doesn't. Mm-hmm. Take away the salt, maybe add a little sugar. And then you start making new recipes from that.
Yeah.
And the new recipes look crazy to other people because it's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen that before. That look nasty, right? Like people look at it at first, and then when it starts working for you, you taste it and it's like,
yeah,
that works. But it looks crazy.
Yeah.
To other people.
Yeah.
And that's the fear that I had to let go, looking crazy to other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to look crazy to you, but I'm going to tell you that this is working for me.
Yeah.
It's working for me. You look at Van Gogh. Van Gogh is one of the greatest painters of our time or of the past, The man done chopped his ear off.
Yeah.
Now that's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
crazy. Chopped his ear off because he was having auditory hallucinations, Everybody has their own thing that they got going on when you're channeled in and you're really locked in to your specific purpose. Yeah. There is a little insanity behind it.
But look at every innovation, like everything we have right now, a lot of them came out of people really, really thinking outside of the box, going a bit crazy, detaching a bit from this side of the systems and, cycles and patterns and just a regular thing. No innovation happens in that space. No clarity, no self-discovery happens in that space. And as you said, people don't have the space or don't feel they can create the space to really, step away. And, I come online, oh, you know what, let me help you, we need to do this work. And they're like, oh, no, don't worry, things are fine. But then I met a woman who was 66 and she said, Tina, I need you to help me grieve. She said, my life isn't, what it's supposed to be. And although I turned, the coaching thing down for her only because I didn't know how to, step into the shoes of a 60-something-year-old. You know, what does it feel like to have lived all these years and now you're grieving and really, really sad, you know, just because you wanted to obey, you wanted to conform so long. Because the only model of success, the only model of womanhood, the only model of fulfillment that's constantly pushed down, sometimes from the church, from our families, is this script. If you follow this, this is the result. Do not step away from it. And then for example, I did all these things and I got to the end and I didn't get the results. And I was told, oh, maybe you committed a sin, or you need to give more, or you need to serve in church more, or maybe you need to fast and pray. You need to, do all these things instead of just honoring the fact that this is not the life I would eventually get to live. The life I pictured is not the life I am living, and I had to grieve it. But on the other side of grief, something is birth. And that's what we need to understand. It's not grieving for the sake of grieving, like people who do not have hope. There is something at the end because you pause enough, you self-discover, you're aligned, you're peaceful. You're in purpose, you're walking in purpose. And that's the thing that makes you feel important and makes your life feel worth it. But it's hard to tell people because they've layered on all of these other things, all this noise. And how do we get the clarity through the noise? That's the challenge.
Yes. Speak that word, the clarity through the noise. And you just keep piling it on.
Yeah.
Throughout the years, it just is layer after layer after layer. And that was one of the things that kind of made me upset when I was reading the comment section. Because people like to create this black and white thinking.
Yes.
There is a lot of gray area in grief.
Yeah.
And grief is not linear.
Yes.
Grief is not linear.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at your life and you're looking, because you can't look at every single moment of your life.
No.
You can't. You can only look at the highlight reels.
Yes.
Right? You're looking at the highlight reels of your life and you're like, is this what I really wanted? Or was it the result of the choices that I had to make based on what I had?
Yeah.
That's the grief that I'm talking about, because you start to realize a lot of the choices that you made, you really didn't make them.
Yes.
You allowed yourself to reach for that because it was easy enough to do. Because it was right there. Yeah. Why not just do what you're told? Yeah. I grew up a young girl, in LA. LA is a crazy place. It's a hodgepodge of insanity. Yeah. If you've ever been to LA, even now. But back then it wasn't as crazy. But growing up here, you get to see a lot of cultures. You get to experience a lot of cultures. And I'm sure in London as well. Because y'all national dish is tikka masala, right?
No.
It's not.
No, that's Indian foods.
I know, because that's why I was confused. Because somebody said, "Yeah, the national dish in London is tikka masala," and I'm like, "How? That's an Indian dish."
It's not. It's not.
Fake news. Fake news, everyone. Anyways, I'm sorry, I lost track of thought because that just blew my mind. Where did I hear that from? That's why you can't listen to everybody on the internet. Yes. Anyways, growing up here, being around different cultures and seeing how different people lived, it gave me a very important insight on how to be, even down to the school that I went to. It was just like I was surrounded by the same type of people. Yeah. And so grow up in that, that's your normal. Yeah. That's your normal. And you don't see a deviation from it because nobody deviates from it. Yeah. As you get older and you start getting older and older and you start hanging around different types of people, everybody's going through changes. You start looking around like, where the hell did I get that from? Just like what I just said, like you start adding stuff and it's like, that might not have even been true. Yeah. I'm over here listening to another broken person. Yeah. That person's broken too. I'm listening to what they said and that it ain't even true. Yeah. That made me mad too, because I'm like, I'm surrounded by people who are still trying to figure out their stuff. Yeah. And I live my life by those principles.
Yeah.
And then you look around like, wait a minute. Y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Y'all don't know what you're doing. Mad. You just get mad, like, bruh.
Yeah.
That is not true. Why did I listen to you?
Yeah.
You get mad about it. And it's that's where that rage. That's what I was talking about, that rage, man.
Yeah.
You grow up and it festers. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It festers. And the layers that you keep laying on top of it, you're smothering that flame and you're aggravating it.
Yeah.
Because you won't address it.
Yeah.
You won't address it. And you just keep adding stuff on top of it. Maybe if I add this, it'll calm that rage down. Maybe if I put this on top of it, it'll calm that rage down. Nothing will calm it down. It will only grow.
Yeah.
It will only grow until you address it.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been in therapy for the last 6 months of my life.
Yeah.
Trying to address that rage.
Yeah.
Pulling off the layers. One by one. My therapist told me, and I'm going to tell you guys this. I asked her, what was this, last week or the week before last? I said, you've been seeing me now for almost 6 months. Can you give me an assessment of what you feel my issue is?
Yeah.
And she said, you know what, Sade, don't nobody ever really ask those types of questions. They just come on here and they just blurt out what they got a problem with. All right, see you next week.
Yeah.
One of the first people that asked me such an insightful question. And she said, you're a stuffer. You like to stuff. And I said, what do you mean by that? She said, you feel your emotions, you see them, you take them head on, but you stuff them down.
Yeah.
And you don't allow them to surface. Like you just keep stuffing.
Yeah.
And I said, damn, I do that because I know that the good girl programming is caging that in. I don't want to be the angry Black girl. I don't want to be the bad girl that makes waves and disrupts the program. I don't want to be that. So I'm just gonna stuff it right here. And I made a video not too long ago saying after a while your body gonna start running out of places to store all of that stuff.
Yes.
And once it ruptures, I don't know if you're gonna be able to control it. Why you think all these people are out here losing their damn minds?
Yeah.
People are killing people over traffic lights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people are not addressing it and they just stuff and then boom.
Yeah.
I don't want that for me. I don't want that for me. So I shared my rage and what I was rageful at.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because Sade, one is a world where every woman's story can coexist without shame and without judgment, and regardless of the path that you choose, right, which is aligned with who you are innately, then it should not get you should not be questioned or judged for it. Now, whether you want to align with Christianity, which we're women of faith, or you want to do whatever, I'm not here to, speak on those things. But for me, I would speak for myself. I'm a Christian and I know what God has called me to and he has put inside of me. And as long as I'm walking in that, whether it's looks like, anything else I've seen before, because that's the issue, right? When there's no model that is created outside of the norm and that is accepted, or at least widely accepted, that's why people, as they say, we stuff it down, we're scared, we hide underneath the kids, because the kids will take some time, and when the kids are gone, maybe you're hiding under something else, and then it's just hide, and until God knows what. So I don't know if you have anything else to add to that, and then maybe we can wrap up at some point. Yeah.
I actually shared with my husband, the ex-husband, the other day that I had to admit to myself that I've been wearing a mask my whole life.
Yeah.
I've been masking, trying to hold it together, trying to make sure that everything looks the way that it's supposed to look.
Yes.
And at first he kind of took it as like, so you were faking it? I said, no. It's not that I was being fake. It's that I was putting a top coat, if you will, over my life constantly.
Yeah.
Always readjusting the top coat, the mask, making sure that the mask still works. Because when I go to work, I can't talk like this.
No.
Because I'm going to be labeled as aggressive.
Yeah.
So I have to pull that tone back. I have to sit up straight. Hi, how are you this morning? Great to see you. Hey, I have to code switch and do all these things. So I wore that mask, and I told him, I said, I took the mask off last week.
Yeah.
I took it off. Yeah. And I stepped on it and I shattered it, and I never want to wear it again. Now I still got a code switch because the world is what it is.
What it is, yeah.
It is what it is. So I still gotta do some adjusting. But once I took that mask off and I saw the world in a different light and I saw myself in a different light, I said, oh, it's on and cracking now.
Yeah.
I said, it's on and popping. Yeah. The world is not ready for what I'm about to do. I don't know exactly what that is yet, but the way I on the inside now. Yeah. I'm letting that fire burn.
And Shadi, I know you said something yesterday as well about what God has laid on your heart and what really, this is like this journey of life and fulfillment around, drawing people to Him. I don't know if you wanted to say something on that as well.
Ooh, girl, you should be a professional. Like, if you're not already, be an interviewer, because you are just.
Thank you. Thank you.
After I say this, I have something that I want to say to you. But when we think about Christianity and we think about how we're supposed to live like Christ and how we're supposed to live for God, I feel like a lot of people forget that God sent Christ here so that we could see what imperfection in humanity looks like, right? And we also got to see how we equate society with God. That if everybody agrees on this, then it must be right.
Yes.
And people need to be reminded that at one point everybody thought slavery was right. Yeah. And it was the law. Everybody thought slavery was the right thing to do. Yeah. And now we look at that now and be like, no, it's not. But we equate society with God, and we look at the trends and the way people are doing things, and we try to put God in that box. God don't want to be in no box. Yeah. He is a spectrum of so many things. Christ is just one part of it. Yeah. We are all the spectrum of that. Yeah. All of us, we all share our gifts. We all share different things that we have to offer the world. We're not all supposed to be the same. Yes. We are all in that frequency of God. He expresses himself differently through all of us. Yeah. And that's why we say he's omnipresent, omniscient, because he has the spectrum to be able to be like, here, I'm going to give you this and you're going to get that. And you're going to get this right here. And then sometimes we don't be listening and we're not on that frequency and we end up on the wrong gift. Yeah. We end up on the wrong gift. That's not what he gave you. Yeah. I'm looking at my life right now and I'm like, God, I thought I was supposed to go viral for singing.
You've been singing. You sing so beautifully.
I asked him, I said, yo, so this is what we're doing? This the video? This the one, right? All right, dog. Like, that's how I talk to God. Like, really, really, dude? Like, that's the path. Yeah. That's the path. And once you're in alignment with that frequency of God, and you see why he had to send his son here. Yeah. He sent his son here to die. Yeah. That's symbolic in itself. We all have pieces of ourselves that need to die daily. Yes. Yes. Daily. And if we don't allow it to die, we try to resuscitate and we waste all this time trying to resuscitate something that needs to die, you're going to be wasting time. Yes. Yes. You're going to be wasting time 10 years done went by and you still doing CPR and some stuff that was supposed to die a long time ago.
Yeah.
Allow God to move in your life and allow his action of allowing Christ to come here and shake the table, like we talked in the beginning. He came to shake the table.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to be doing. I'm not a real estate agent for God. It's not my job to take up to try to conquer people.
Yeah.
Bash them over the head with the Bible, tell them what they supposed to be doing, what they not supposed to be doing. That's not why I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here to live in the frequency of God. And he showed us through Christ. He showed us that. That's what we're supposed to be following.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be rebellious. That's why they hung him on the cross.
Yeah.
The rebel
Yeah.
of that time.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why a lot of people who in these comment sections talking about God and telling me that I need Christ, I need to be with God, and I'm a demon. They called me demon.
What?
Yes. I had people telling me I was going to hell, bro.
Oh, wow.
They was telling me I was going to hell. And I said, oh, really? Watch this. Watch how God elevates my life.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
That's why he said he'll make your enemies the footstool of your life.
Yeah.
You know what a footstool is? I put my feet on you. You know how disrespectful that is?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we look at God as this meek lamb. Look, he's the lion too.
Yeah.
Be the lion.
Yeah.
Be the lion.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be now. I don't want to be the lamb anymore. I want to be the lion.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's all. And I don't want to have to keep explaining it to these people in these comment sections.
Yeah.
They can misunderstand all they want. I don't care.
Yeah.
Watch God pick me up out of here and elevate me to a place where I'm supposed to be at.
Yeah.
And I missed my time, and I feel like because I was distracted with all these other things.
Yeah.
Then that's where that grief comes in at, like, damn, I feel like I missed a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
Because I was playing around, not paying attention in class, talking too much.
Yeah.
You know? So don't miss your opportunity to move, because you get that window. Same way the earth moves around the sun 365 and a quarter days. Every time there's a window, you only get that one chance of that window. And once it passes by, you gotta wait another 365 days to go through that keyhole.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a game.
Yeah.
You can't be out here playing. A lot of people out here playing, but they perfect. I was one of them.
Yeah.
With your purpose, stop it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do now. God was like, I want you to still sing, but you got something else I want you to do. And this video is the result of that.
Yeah.
That's why I have 1.3 million views on this video.
Yeah.
That's why I'm viral.
Yeah.
Because it's time.
Yes.
Now is the time. I passed through the keyhole at the right time.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't playing no more.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Shadi, I'm going to add something to that before we wrap up. It's like, I put a post this year on time and how long we have left. And it's on my page. And I did the whole calculation. And if you live up to the age of 80, you have about 6 years. If you're about 30, then you have about 6 years. If you're about 40, literally you have 5 years. And that's 5 years if you never slept, if you never did anything else, just staying awake. That's all we really have left, 5 years. And that keeps reducing as we go by. And I said, life is happening right now and you need to step into it right now. And someone came in the comments, didn't understand that and said, oh, why are you pressuring women, to conform to a timeline? I was like, have you ever heard my message? My message isn't about getting women to get married and get pregnant and do all of these things. It's more about the timing to get aligned with who you are, with your purpose, with your giftings, with what you're meant to share with the world, so that at the end of it all, you die with peace. You're not going to go with your kids. You're not going to go with any house. It's that last feeling you have, when the time comes. How do you feel? How do you leave this world? Do you leave heartbroken, regretful, or do you leave peaceful, aligned and knowing I did my job? And that's why I'm doing what I do. I want to say at the end of it all, God, I did what you asked me to do. And it may not look like what I thought it would look like. But yeah.
I 1000% concur with that.
Yeah.
And I want to say this, and we can end here.
Yeah.
I've been reached out by a lot of people who have shared their stories with me, very personal stories. You know, some of them are very sad, some of them are very joyful, you know, and people aligning with what I said. But you, Miss Tina,
yes,
only person that actually reached out to me personally to talk to me.
Yeah. Wow.
That is alignment. Out of the 1.3 million people who saw that video, you listened to what the Spirit told you and said, reach out. And you did that.
Yeah.
And you were the only one. And I mean that.
Wow.
Nobody else has reached out and said, let's have a conversation. You're literally the only one.
Yeah. Wow.
To me, that's alignment.
Yes. And I'm grateful that you responded, and I'm honored. And so I feel so blessed that I can connect with a soul like you across all the way, you know, in LA. It's been such a beautiful conversation. You know, I'm glad I found a sister that I align with, so I don't feel crazy all by myself.
We're all in it. We all in it together. And that's another thing too, aligning with the right people.
Yeah.
That's important too. Aligning with the people who are meant to walk with you on your purpose and in your purpose.
Yeah.
And once you find those types of people, that's who you walk with.
Yeah.
That's why they say everybody can't go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody can't go with you.
Yeah.
You meet other people along the way. And it sucks because you spent all this time with some of these people. Everybody can't go.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not aligned.
Yeah.
You meet people like how we met. You reach out, I reach back. Alignment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so thank you.
Yes.
For allowing this. Thank you for allowing me to come speak my piece.
Yeah.
Because people are having all these conversations without me.
Yeah.
And I'm the one that started it all. You know what I mean? Come call me. Call a sister. Let's have a conversation. So I appreciate you for reaching out and honoring what I said.
Yeah.
That's important to me.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sade. It's been beautiful. Thank you for sharing your grief, your rage, your story, your joy, your journey. And I know there's only going to be greater things ahead, and more beautiful things and more beautiful stories. And yes, we're connected now, so I will be in touch. And yeah.
Can't get rid of me now, sis. No. I'm here.
No. And I'll come over to LA at some point. Yes, come say hello.
Let me know.
Yeah.
If I ever in London,
yes,
I'm gonna hit you.
Sure.
I'm not gonna say that I'm never not gonna be, because I feel like I'm aligned now. I'm gonna be a lot of places that I never thought I was gonna be. I might just be in London soon. I don't know.
You never know. Cool. Oh, thank you, Sade. And yeah, have a good night. I think it is there. It's morning here. But yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's about it's 10:16 here. I'm about to go in the house.
Yeah.
Tend to make sure they sleep. They're supposed to be asleep right now.
Yeah.
Well,
cool.
We will definitely have this conversation again. I feel like we should again.
Yeah, we should. I think so.
And then invite people up next time.
Yes, next time. Yeah, I wanted to just give you your chance to speak, and then next time. Yeah.
That's why you Tina talks. That's why you.
Oh, bless. Thank you, Sade. And thank you, everyone that was here. Yes. Really appreciate you listening and spending this time with us. And God bless.
God bless y'all.
All right.
Good night. Good morning.
Good morning. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.